there is a big period there where you literally are learning how to surrender to the spirit, because when you're learning about creation, you're finding that there is a flux of energy where there is impetus and then pulling back, impetus and pulling back, and that's the surrender. And so when you're in the time of impetus, you have to discipline yourself to be doing exactly what God is instructing you to do, the inspiration of what you need to do. But then when that phase has passed, then you go into the surrender, where you have to surrender and allow the energy to do its work. And that applies as well to what's happening in your soul. This also happens in your out-of-body travel experiences, where you're going to see that movement. So you're pulling forward, you're pulling back, you're pulling forward, you're pulling back, pulling forward, you're pulling back. And so you're learning how to surrender to the spirit. There are actually a lot of rituals that you go through to learn how to release your own control of the mind in the moment so that God can take over. And it's interesting because when I was back doing those things, you're out of your body, you're in your spirit, you're stationary, you have a teacher who is telling you, I need you to surrender, I'm going to teach you what to do, and I'm going to do this and this and this and this, and I want you to just surrender to what I'm doing. You go through these different phases of it, but when you actually reach that moment where you surrender to God, literally what happens is it's like you fall back and soar, because you're literally falling into the arms of God. That's what surrender is in the spiritual journey, is allowing God to do it. And so we have this tendency as human beings to have a real hard time with surrender because we're control freaks. So the surrender process can be something we have to go through some training on, but it's really beautiful. And you do go through different levels of it that continue well beyond just that third phase there. It continues throughout. But it is a beautiful thing, because that moment that you reach it and you do it, it's literally like you fall back and all of a sudden you're soaring through space. It's amazing.